Hello, my beautiful vibrant energies. I am Vibrant V. Welcome to the channel. All right, guys, we're going to do a reading for Aries today. I'm going to get straight into it, but just quickly, please, if this is your first time, please definitely like and subscribe if the messages resonate with you. If you are a Vibrant Energies family, hey, baby. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Okay, let's get into the reading. All right, ooh, sugar. So Aries, what messages do we have for our beautiful, amazing Aries? Guys, switch the energies as you need to. If it resonates now, that's wonderful. Give a thumbs up, subscribe. If it doesn't resonate, also subscribe. Put the notification bell and come back when it does, okay? There are so many people on YouTube, so many tarot readers. Sometimes we don't resonate in the same seasons at the same time, babes, okay? So just explore, have fun, and come back later. Okay, so Aries, let's see what messages we have for you. Okay, King of Pentacles. For some reason I hesitated because I want to say King of Wands. Now, if that's the case, Aries, you could be in an energy of feeling rather grounded, very stable. You could be focused on thinking about your money and how to increase that. Oh, honey, of course, yeah. Potentially, yes. You could be focused on that, thinking about that, trying to create a plan to get a little bit more possible financial stability. Could be, no, I was going to say emotional, but not emotional. More material stability, okay, is what I feel. That's kind of the energy I personally feel like you might be presently in. Things are changing, or you're going to be talking to somebody like a business advisor or a counselor. Not a counselor, sorry. I just like to reel off the things that come in my mouth and in my head and I just say it. But a business advisor, somebody who's helpful, or a lawyer or somebody. Does that make sense? So something like that for some of you guys, because you are trying to actually pursue, maybe some kind of business idea, business plans. Maybe you're changing certain aspects of the business and you need to consult with your business advisor. Maybe it's it could be a financial advisor. It could also be, yes, it would be financial advisor. Who am I thinking of, guys? When you can put it in the comments for me if I'm really not getting it, Aries. The people your accountant. There we go. Oh my goodness. You could be a business person speaking with your accountant. It could be something along, taxes or invoices, etc., etc. Okay. We do have the Queen of Wands also. Now, some of you Aries, it's possibly, at the bottom of the deck, I like to show what's here. So that's the Two of Wands as well. So the Two of Wands is about kind of planning, taking your next steps. It's whether or not you guys are going to do this together, possibly, etc. And I say you guys, I'm seeing 3 different energies here. It doesn't have to be 3 different people. You could just be in a different vibe. You could be moving from a sense of stability to kind of figuring out the plans. And sorry, guys, I just noticed. It's not your business, and I have no idea why I need to point it out, but I have a very strong sense of embarrassment when my nails chip. Yeah, no reason. So Aries, I don't know, for whatever reason that might be a thing for some of you guys, because that really just kind of jumped out at me and I'm just like, why is that a concern? Okay, I'm just going to pull the cards before I do get straight into the reading, okay? So we're just pulling for Aries. We have thoughts. Yeah, see, to me, this is kind of you planning. This is you being very structured in your plans and wanting some things to materialize. We have the mature man out as the next card. And then we have the Child at the bottom of the deck. We have Courthouse. Okay. Interesting. Some of you guys, I don't know why I'm hearing childhood ambitions, okay? So some of you guys, maybe there's some kind of ambition or something, a plan, maybe it was a business idea or a concept, something you thought of maybe as a child, or it could be, some of you guys, it could be to do with children, okay? Some of you guys could be opening up, not opening necessarily, well, yeah, maybe you run a nursery, maybe you're a supervisor in a nursery, anything that works with that deals with working with children in that capacity, okay? Now, some of you guys, it could just speak of being a father, perhaps. Maybe some of you guys are contemplating how you input into your children as a father or a mother, changing energies as you need to. So there's something here, Aries. It could be to do with a father and a child and a daughter. Doesn't have to be. You can switch it as you need to, okay? So just keeping that in mind. It could be a grandfather and a daughter as well, which is cute. It could... Sorry, I'm just going to pull the rest of the cards. This is the Romance Oracle. Yes, I believe. And then I pull out the Kipper deck. And also I am using the main cards are the Angel Wisdom Tarot. There we go. I always get this wrong, I'm sure. First card out is You Deserve Love. You are lovable, Aries. Codependency. Oh, hello, honey. Let's talk about it. And then we have free yourself at the okay. So codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. At the bottom, we have stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Okay. Alright, so these are the main cards out, the main energies for you guys. And we're just going to kind of dig a little bit deeper into it. So why the King of Pentacles here for Aries? So yeah, just getting into it. Some of you guys, there are 3 different people. Maybe there's a scenario with 3 different people. You need to assign yourself as you need to. You could be a feminine dealing with two masculines. You could be, you know, maybe you're in a more masculine energy dealing with a feminine and another masculine, for all I know, okay? You need to assign yourself. I'm more inclined to say with the Queen of Wands being present, Aries, that's a fire sign. So it's Aries, Leo, Sag. So it could be yourself in this energy coming up soon, which is beautiful. So if anything, it just kind of gives me a sense, Aries, that you've been kind of planning some things. It's like you've been speaking to the universe about what your desires are, what your goals and your dreams are, and the things that you want to materialize. You're doing it patiently. You're aware that you can have the prosperity you desire. Some of you guys might have strong earth sign in your chart. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So there's an ability to achieve material things, material wealth, you know, and successes. But it's going to be paced, methodical, and it's through planning, thinking, laying out the structure and the details of these things, right? And taking time. It's tried and tested practices. Okay, so there's that. Some of you guys, I don't know why I feel, Aries, you're slightly rebellious. Sorry, I don't know why. I'm just going to just tell you what I'm hearing, feeling. Some of you guys are a little bit more rebellious. I don't think you want to do the traditional way of approaching things. I'm just going to say that. So let's clarify this King of Pentacles here for Aries. The World. Also, I did mention Capricorn. So maybe you are in a very Capricorn-esque energy, or you are dealing with a Capricorn, my darling. Okay? Some of you guys, maybe that Capricorn is thinking about you and wants... Oh, I was going to say it wants to come towards you. Maybe this Capricorn does, or maybe you want to go towards them. Either way, there's kind of like a wish fulfillment, okay? Whether in the present energy, it might be coming up for some of you guys, depending on where you fall on the timeline as you come across this reading, my darlings, okay? Capricorn energy, honey. Knight of Wands, Nine of Cups. This is really, really wonderful because it's kind of like saying, this is the plan I have. I have a desire to rule the world. I have a desire to achieve a million different things. I have a desire for, you know, whatever that looks like, okay? That matters to you, something that's going to make you feel accomplished, achieved, you know. Yeah. Okay, that's it. I'm not going to dig any deeper. But really what's interesting is it's kind of like I've made these plans. I have these desires. I see that there's so much available in the world. The world is my oyster. I have access to everything I need and want, or at least I'm willing to take on the responsibility. I will approach it sensibly, says Aries, right? And then after making the plan, setting the foundations, you know, looking at the structure of it all, right? And I'm thinking about Capricorn with that Saturn energy of the restrictions and the discipline and the authority of it all. Capricorn's not going to act in a haste. But interestingly, after you've made the plans, Aries, it looks like you might have taken some actions I won't say very hasty, but quite passionate, very energized, energetic. At the very least, whatever's happened in the past, you have had some interest in it, which is really, really great. And you've taken some movement forward, okay? I feel like this is you kind of trusting your instinct. I was going to say intuition. That's why I said it the way that I did. Yeah, so I feel like you kind of just like went on what was instinctive to you after you were like, okay, I know I want this thing. This thing matters to me. This is who I am. This is what would make me feel proud, accomplished, etc. and successful. So you decide, I'm heading in the direction of my wishes, my goals, my ambitions, whatever makes me feel good, whatever makes me feel as though I can have like the world at my feet. And yeah, I was going to say, yeah, the world is your oyster, effectively, my loves, okay? So, Aries, you're very much aware of that, but you're also an action-oriented individual. We have the Empress at the bottom of the deck, babes. So there could be a business that you're fully engaged in, a project, a creative project, or it could be, maybe you're just feeling yourself, my loves, okay? So, yeah, it's just very interesting energy. But we're moving forward and we move into, after thinking about this thing, after contemplating it, we move into taking action. We move into letting go of what no longer serves us with the Six of Swords coming out, okay? So it's kind of like moving from an attitude of wishful thinking into moving towards the accomplishment of the thing, right? Hold on, give me a second here, guys. Pull out more cards, clarify the King of Swords here for you. Yeah, Six of Swords, Seven of Cups. Yeah, you're moving towards options and opportunities. It could mean working towards a team. Some of you guys, maybe you are trying to build up a team. Maybe you are trying to you're trying to, I was going to say this, right? Maybe you're trying to let go of, some of you guys, if you own a business, maybe you're trying to let go of certain employees. You're letting go of certain people who, what's the word? It's almost like, and it's not to say that these people are bad. It's kind of like when you have redundancy. It's not that you're bad for the company or anything like that, or there's, the person, whatever, maybe it's you or whatever. Okay, I'm not going to go into the detail of that, but redundancy, it's not an indication necessarily of your skills at work. It's just the priorities of the company effectively, okay? And that would mean making certain decisions. So we need to cut certain people in IT, for example. We need to cut some people in customer service, right? So if you're a business owner, I feel like maybe that's kind of what you're doing. This might be a little bit of a challenging task for you to make that decision, that choice. Do you know what I mean? But you're also trying to do it in a very impartial, kind of a respectful manner. With this King of Swords energy, that Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, where it's not about emotions, it's not about my favorite, this, that, the other. This is about pure skill, quality, abilities, etc. Okay, so some of you guys, that's a task at hand for you, and you're going to need to let go of some employees where I want to say codependencies. It's kind of like, when you build up a relationship with your employees or it may not be an employer per se, maybe it's a father or something, but you build up a dynamic, a relationship, and you you guys get on well, or the people, you get on with everybody, but actually a decision needs to be made to kind of move in a different direction. And it does mean kind of cutting out certain things and people, okay? And it's to create a new way of working is really what I feel, okay? Right, hold on. Give me a second here, guys. Whew. Some of you guys here, just another thing as well, maybe, with love, for example, right? You could be you could be willing to take your time in love, Aries, which is, whoa, right? Some of you Aries, I don't think you guys are the typical Aries, because whenever I read for you guys, I think you guys have Taurus in your chart, or there's some kind of link to a Taurus if it's not in your chart. So if it is in your chart, though, I feel like you're not the Aries who's necessarily just kind of impulsive and doesn't think things through. You don't have like just pure fire in your chart, okay? I do think you've got some elements that ground you, whether it's earth and that one I'm looking at, sorry, swords, okay? So you think things through, you're practical, you approach it sensibly, but you have a sense of passion, as in like your core, your essence is fire. It's to go, it's to get things done, it's to be enthusiastic. Look at the bottom of the deck here, what's been waiting and looking at me ever since, my darling. As I said, that you're sculpting out like a new team or a new direction or a new way of possibly doing things, considering new options. In order for you to feel accomplished, or it's kind of like, some of you guys might be cutting people who don't contribute very much to the team, okay? Or maybe you're stepping away from a team that you don't feel, there's equal and fair contribution. There's something like this, okay? Ooh. Okay, sorry. Yeah, at the bottom of the deck, I was trying to say that there's the Emperor, okay? Which is you, which is Aries, which is you in your very, very empowered, strong leadership kind of an energy. Some of you guys, maybe you're dealing with a boss. I can't deny that, because we've got the King of Pentacles on the board, and we also have the Emperor. These are very much business astute individual, or they work, it could be work effectively, okay? So managers, supervisors, that type of thing. All I need now is to see the King of the King of Wands, and that will definitely confirm it all for me. Right. Some of you guys, though, yeah, there are options to be made. Some people might not make the cut, or maybe some of you guys, you're the one who's moving away from that. Maybe it's kind of like it's an opportunity or an offer that's been made to you. Hold on a second. Yeah, I think it's you that's freeing yourself from this. Whatever the situation is, I think either you're a business manager or you're a super, do you know what I mean? It's some kind of work-related thing, perhaps, right? Whether it's self-employment, actual employment, etc., etc. I think as the manager, you might be having to make certain decisions about how you want your team to look and your restructure and what that looks like. Some of you guys, I feel it's you that's in charge of that. You're making these, certain decisions to take control, so that you, yeah, I honestly feel like it's you taking back control for yourself, because with the free yourself card here, it's time to take back control. I feel like it's you're releasing yourself, and there's like a childlike energy that goes with that. Look at this as well. Some of you guys, if this is like there's children involved here, some of you guys might be taking the children to like a fairground, a fairground, an amusement park, a playground, something like that. Okay, a fair, effectively. Because look at this, this is reminds me of like being on a carousel. It doesn't have to be, but you know, it could be something like that. Okay, an amusement park. That's what I was trying to say. A fairground, really. Oh, and I've got it the other way around, babe. So that's interesting. So some of you guys, though, maybe there are children involved. There is a father who probably wants to maybe spend time with his child. Maybe he's going to take the child. It could be a girl child. Doesn't have to be, but you know, just based on the fact that there's a little girl in this card. The dad possibly considering taking the child to a play. Just take the child out, effectively, something like that. Now, some of you guys, though, just be mindful that this person's not doing that just to play with you, okay? Because you know there are some very manipulative parents and things like that, whether it's the father or whether it's the mother, etc. It's literally, they will use the child, they'll use the children. So it's kind of like, oh, I want to take the child out, you know, I want to spend some time with the child. You guys live separately, right? Let's say. But the person's only doing that so they can have like 5 minutes just to see you. Does that make sense? There's something about, this is why, sorry, so codependency and addictions affecting your romantic life. It feels as though you aren't involved in that. You're aware that you need love. You're kind of almost, not almost even, some of you guys might be visualizing what you want your partner to be like, your ideal mate, you know, your soulmate, your whatever it is that you call it, or this project or this ideal business, whatever this is. If it's not family, work, children, sorry, if it's not family or children, if it is work, it's just kind of thinking about your ideal setup. Okay, you, Aries, are doing what's right for you. You've got someone else here, though, I think, that could be looking at you, but you are smarter or wiser than this individual somehow. And I don't mean to say that disrespectfully, but there's something here about you kind of really contemplating and being patient. I feel a strong sense of patience here. As you make whatever choice you need to make. This person could be, if it's a child scenario, sorry, I'm jumping about, guys, I'm really sorry. It could be the scenario of the child, but if that's the case, like I said, I do think you've got someone here who might be a little bit controlling, a little bit like, just a little unhealthy. Do you know what I mean? But they're doing it, like the children are being used as a pawn in this, effectively. That's really what it boils down to. What is this Queen of Wands? And I don't mean that in any kind of a harsh way. Maybe it's not as deep as or severe as I'm making it sound. It might be something really, really basic, like... I don't know, I need you to hold the children for the weekend or something like that. Or, I want to have the children for the weekend and maybe it helps you out. I don't know, something like this. So the 8 of Wands and ego. Ooh, child, okay. Clarifying the Queen of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Swords. So there's definitely some truth coming out. Woo! Ooh. Okay. But we need to be patient as we receive this truth or hear this truth or deliver this truth. I'm not sure which way around. Let's figure this out. So we've got the 8 of Wands, ego, and the 4 of Cups. Yee. Okay. Now, ego, this card is more reflective of, it's kind of the energy, the Leo energy. Okay, guys? So we have Capricorn on the board for sure. We have Earth sign energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Yeah. To be honest, we have basically all the signs. We do have cups here, but I like when I see the major arcanas or like the court cards that represent the water signs to let me know it's kind of an emotional affair. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's emotional per se with these type of ones for me in my readings, okay? I want to say emotional. As in, if you're dealing with somebody and you know what's in their chart, they might not have as much water in their chart, or you might not. Put it this way, this isn't about purely emotions, ultimately, is the point I'm trying to make, okay? Because I'm going around in circles and I don't know if I'm making any sense at this point. Okay. Yeah, some of you guys, if you are dealing with the father of your children, there's something that you might say or do that's going to cause you to free yourself from them, okay? I think you might be stubborn or you might be resistant towards the partnership or the this is giving me a lot more business energy. I say business, work, that type of energy, okay? Or some, yeah. It's, okay, hold on. It's sculpting something new. But then there's something about you, it feels as though Aries, you might, okay, so let's say it is that you will run a business and you have to lose an employee, for example. It just means I feel as though there might be a lot of, it might require a lot of work from you. Does that make sense? It might require you to kind of take on the responsibility of this person who you're letting go, depending on what type of business, how big or small it is. Or it might mean that other members of staff might have to do this too. Some of you guys, though, you might be freeing yourself from the fact that, let's say it is a business. Maybe some of you guys, it's the other way around. Maybe you don't own a business and you are working for somebody else and you feel as though the work environment is a little bit toxic for you. So you're trying to move away from that and you're not trying to engage. You're being a little bit stubborn in terms of inputting into the team. You're doing activities where it's kind of like, you're doing activities that enable you to release yourself from this team. So some of you guys could be putting applications in to have a new beginning. So the child here may not be a child per se. It could just be a new beginning. It's kind of been in an infant stage, an infantile stage of something, okay? Of freeing yourself from whatever the past is, the old is, whether that's the father of your child or mother of your child, depending on the energies, how you switch it. Or the business, the employment, the manager, the supervisor, whatever that's looking like over here, it feels as though you're moving away from that, okay? If it helps, oh, excuse me, I'm salivating. If it helps, I don't know. Okay, hold on. There was something I had in mind. The person that you, if it helps in terms of identifying, be mindful of someone around you who just kind of seems quite much more observant than forthcoming. Okay, there's something here. Maybe there's someone here that you're actually, there's wisdom has taught you, Aries, about somebody in your circle or around you somewhere, whether that's work, family, whatever it may be, my loves. There is someone here you don't trust and you're really watching them. And it's kind of like it's almost like you have analyzed and watched them from different angles. It's really that. And it's like you're seeing different facets of them and different, like they're different. Yeah, I don't know, you're seeing them from different perspectives. But this person tries to act cool and calm and very unsuspecting, but they're not very anything. They're a little bit toxic, my love. They're not healthy for you. That's what I feel, okay? And that's why you're going to be freeing yourself coming up. And you're going to do that in such gracefulness. You're going to do it with such control and independence and joy with this Queen of Wands energy. I love it, my darling. She is ambitious, she's strong, she's charismatic, she's fun to be around. The Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag, my darling, brings joy to a place, has a giggle, has a laugh. She is good to be around. She will cuss you out as well. Don't get it twisted. See how I put myself together? She will also tell you about yourself depending on what energy she's in and depending if it's required or whatever. But she won't mince her words. So she can come across, she could be one of those people who's a fighter. She'll be kind of aggressive and very like in your face if you push her to that level. Okay, but ultimately she's gonna be fun. She's gonna be fun. She's gonna be cute. She's gonna be the life of the party. She might be the instigator of let's do certain things and just kind of keep things going and keep it fun. If it's work, it could be the colleague that kind of runs ahead with the project and is willing to try different things. And maybe you're the type of person who's quite flexible and very open to doing different things. You're unafraid of change. Does that make sense? Well, why? Because you're not really thinking about it that deep. It's just like, okay, well, this sounds interesting and fun. Let's do it. Okay? So Aries, maybe that's a situation here for some of you guys. Somebody around you is going to be disappointed if it's not yourself here with this Four of Cups. Now, I feel as though it won't be you, Aries. I'll tell you why. I feel as though look at this this is two different energies, okay? Or maybe it could represent you have a sense of disappointment about what's happening to you because the angel here would give me the sense of the divine has done something that's got you feeling a little bit, do you know what I mean? A little bit disappointed, but ultimately you're going to pick yourself up and feel a little bit better about it. You're going to have like that spiritual faith. You're going to have You're going to tap into your internal energy as a fire sign, Aries, and get up and go and do what you want and still be powerful within yourself, regardless of the fact that maybe you had a moment of doubt or concern or worry or rejection, right? Maybe. Some of you guys, though, I actually more feel like it's you. I feel as though you have freed yourself. Your Aries has an elevation about you and I think it's a self-realization, actualization, or acceptance that makes you so powerful and strong now that you're hopeful regardless what happens. Does that make sense? Oh my God, I love it for you. This is absolutely beautiful. So it's kind of like you shattered your ego, or the universe has caused you to shatter your ego. You don't really have as much ego as most people, I personally don't think. Because look at the dance we're having here as we're breaking the ego, as we're separating and we're cutting loose the chains of confinements and restriction, right? Which is interesting because over here we started off with the most restrictive energy, or one of the most restrictive energy, which is Saturn, right? Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So it's funny how we end up over here in that Leo energy, where it's like free and fun and, we go after what we want. We still have that, but it's done in a more lighthearted energy versus that serious Capricorn approach, right? Okay, so Aries, whatever that pertains to, whatever that looks like for you, my loves, I do feel as though your ego, you already understand your childhood issues or wounds or whatever it is. Does that make sense? I feel like you've gone through cycles already to learn and grow about yourself, that when you have challenges, you revert into a free-spirited, childlike energy about it, and the hopefulness is still within you, and you just kind of let it go instead of getting egotistic, because Aries in an egotistic form is the Emperor in a low vibrational energy. That's that egotistic moron, prat, who doesn't, who's just rude, disrespectful, dismissive, doesn't consider others, just thinks about themselves, all of that, only their opinion matters, they're in charge, I'm the boss, that narcissistic type bullshit energy. Or alternatively, it could be, and I'm thinking about the oh my God, I'm seeing it in my head, but I refuse to say it out my mouth. Well, who am I seeing? The Fool. Thank you. So alternatively, it's the Fool energy, where you're just risk averse, okay? But because these challenging chains have been broken from you, whichever one you abide by, maybe you're the one helping someone else break their chains. Maybe you're the angel in their life, Aries. Or maybe this is, the universe effectively, or someone else perhaps, helping to free you. But it's a dance. It's a beautiful dance. It's not one that seems fearful or controlling. It's positive actions towards that separation. Does that make sense? Having said that, though, like I said, I do think someone else is going to be sad, disappointed or hurt about possibly, your departure. So if this is a business, if it's a family, it's a relationship, someone's going to feel disappointed about that maybe coming up. Okay, right. Now, Aries, let's say you are dealing with somebody, doesn't matter who it is, I don't know. Let's see if we can get any messages from the Hidden Truth oracle. Is this what this is? Yeah, I want to say that, guys. If I'm wrong, please forgive me. I don't have the deck to have the card box to hand. So for Aries, what would, anyone or the person that they're dealing with have to say? You and I were too young. Okay. I look for you everywhere. I am becoming a better person. Now, again, switch the energies as you need to. Maybe that's your opinions, your thoughts instead, Aries, not someone else's. And I hope that you can forgive me one day. I wish things could be different. Yeah, I just feel like if it's you as a boss, maybe you're feeling hard about having to let somebody go or change the situation, change the dynamic. Now, it may not be even letting them go, but it's like, okay, well, you can't work in IT anymore. We need you to now work in the graphics department. To me, that's kind of, I don't know. My ignorance is showing here, my loves. It's IT and graphics. To me, is transferable skills, right? Because you could, anyway. Yeah, feel free to comment on whatever that means to some of you guys. Okay, and I'm just going to pull, these are my own kind of created cards. I'm just going to pull some messages here for you guys. Hold on to your faith at this time, is what you're being told, my loves. What do we have? Your energy is vibrant and magnetic. I'm going to be honest, Aries, that comes out for you guys when I pull these type of cards, especially in your reading. Your intelligence and wisdom is very attractive. I have all these cards. You know what? No complaints. I'm just going to go carry on. Aries, I just find it fascinating. The energy is beautiful. Be patient as you or they communicate thoughts and feelings. Okay? So I feel as though this is what this is telling me over here. Someone's going to be disappointed, and I don't think it's you personally, because you have this Queen of Wands energy that you're going to be riding into. Okay? So after you've made your plans, you're going to take, the impartial approach, or the most sensible approach, where it's objective. That's the word I wanted to use. I had to look on the card to find the word. It's objective, okay? So it's sometimes it could be emotionally unavailable. People can be seeing you as kind of emotionally detached or whatever while you're trying to figure out what you're doing. I'm not concerned about these things. Focus on yourself and what you need to do here, because you're going to end up more powerful and and feeling more empowered, okay? Unless you are dealing with someone who's a little bit more emotionally despondent or distant or unavailable. I don't know. Okay, so yeah, oh sorry, and the last card, that's it. Check your motives. What made you choose this? Okay, so Aries, maybe you need to consider what's happening for you coming up, okay, and why you're doing what you're doing. Obviously, check yourself with your own motives. If it's for the right reasons, go ahead, honey, go ahead and fly, because you have the power, okay? But if it's not for, the purest of intentions, maybe reconsider. And also remember your playful side, keep it light and fun. I mean, I can't show you that entirely. I mean, it's yellow. So yes, my loves, however that resonated with you, please let me know. Or if it was someone else and I was, reading the energies backwards, feel free to write it in the comments. I'm going to be honest, I won't hold my breath with it, Aries. I don't think you're the sign that's likely to actually leave comments like that. And I was going to say something else. It would have offended you if I'd said it, so I'm going to hold my tongue on it. But Aries, one thing I know that you're very capable of doing is being supportive. So I'd really appreciate if you would subscribe and like this video, and come back and see what else, if you know whatever else is in your chart, what other signs are in your chart, please come back, put the notification bell on, and you will know when I post again, my babies. Thank you so much for your time. Blessings, love, light, all the wonderful things I can send your way, babies. Have it, take it, receive it. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.